birthday of May. So happy birthday. Yeah, do we have any May birthdays? No? No May birthdays? Wow. Well, maybe we know somebody that has a May birthday. Your mom.
My sister.
Your sister. There you go.
Donald Trump.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
He's got a great haircut too.
Happy birthday. May we be filled with loving kindness. Okay. Gosh, I don't know where to start. It's just been such a fabulous, crazy night and morning. Who woke up without power? Yeah. We woke up without power. First of all, I just want to give a little infomercial for the Fest. For those of you that want to get involved, we started much earlier this year in the planning of it, and we have a lovely team of, I was going to say women, but Michael just joined the team. We have a lovely team of individuals, 9 of us, that are sort of the hub, and then tomorrow night we're having an open meeting for others that might like to come and get involved and see how they can pitch in. Tuesday, sorry. Thank you. Don't trust a thing that I say. I'm always changing my mind or saying the wrong date. So come and join us. We would love to have you to be involved in the Fest this year.
So can you tell us the time for Tuesday again?
7 p.m.
Okay.
And also, if you're really on Team Satya and you want to join in the fun, we will have a booth next Friday and Saturday at the Infinite Possibilities Higher Consciousness Expo down on 25th Street at the amphitheater area there. So we have a booth with all our own fest banners, and we're going to be selling stickers. We've got window decals and co-create stickers that we've got, and OMFest t-shirts. So we can be there building up the high vibe for the OMFest. So infomercial over. So I love it when we change months and switch gears. Last month the focus was on belief and you become what you believe, and now we're switching gears to may we be. May we be. That's the theme for May. I thought that was rather clever. May we be. And I also am bringing in the influence of the metta meditation, or the loving kindness meditation from the Buddhist tradition, and also going to be exploring some of the Tao, the teachings of the Tao. So that will be the focus for this month. So I heard a story that I really liked, and it's about a water buffalo. Has anyone heard of the water buffalo story? I love it when no one's heard the story, then I can make parts of it up. Which is what I do anyway. So there was a man in Thailand, a farmer, and he was walking his water buffalo to the rice paddies to plow the fields, and he got to the field, he hooked up his water buffalo, and he started plowing the fields. Well, water buffaloes, they're interesting creatures. They're very large. I think they're over 6 feet tall. And this water buffalo, for whatever reason, there was no apparent reason, but he just took off. He just ran off, and the farmer's fingers and hands were caught in the reins, and he actually took off the end of one of his fingers, and pretty soon the water buffalo stopped his craziness and started grazing nicely a few feet away. And the farmer went to the local monastery because it was very close, and they helped him and got his finger back together or healed or bandaged, thank you. Bandaged up, and he was back in the fields with his water buffalo doing his work. So the moral of the story is, sometimes you have to let go of the water buffalo. Sometimes letting go of things is what serves us the best. So what I want to explore today is the idea of what we hold on to and what we should be letting go of or could let go of that would cause us to be happy. So that's my talk today. May we be happy. So I'm going to be exploring how we hold on to things and how we can let those water buffaloes go. So as I pondered this story of the water buffalo, I started thinking about how this brought up so many good pieces of information in this idea of holding on and letting go. And I think of the water buffalo is a little bit like, the Buddhists call it the adorable monkey mind. And how many of us have tried to meditate or had good intentions to go into that stillness and connect with the divine, or to practice mindfulness, and then the adorable monkey mind pops up, or the water buffalo, or the committee, or whatever you call that group of voices, or maybe it's just one loud voice, or an energy that pulls you out of that, your intention, the water buffalo. And then there's the way that we can hold on to. Oh, we've got the latecomers. Well, hello and welcome. Then there's those thoughts that we can hold on to. Does anyone ever wake up and the day just seems to be a little darker and heavier or more windy or something than usual? And your mind seems to be filled with doubt or worry or some sort of obsessive stream of thought. It's kind of like a water buffalo. You know, we hold on to it. When we try and hold on to something that powerful, it can cause us injury. So maybe just through the telling of these stories and the giving of these examples, you'll notice next time when the water buffalo is taking up too much space in your thoughts and in your mind. So sometimes we hold on to scary thoughts, water buffalo. Sometimes we're in meditation. There comes that water buffalo again. And then there's those myths, those beliefs, that conditioning that we've maybe held on to, things that aren't really true for us anymore. But we believe these myths because we were conditioned to believe certain things and beliefs. And this is kind of like a water buffalo. Why hold on to something that's not serving you, that needs to be released? Dr. Ernest Holmes said, the trained mind is much more powerful than the untrained mind. The trained mind is much more powerful than the untrained mind. And that's what we teach here in the Science of Mind and at the Satya Center, is how to make friends with our minds. Because we are that which has a mind. And many of us feel like we are our minds, that we are the thoughts we think. And we get carried away by those thoughts, but we don't give time to think about the fact that, are we really those thoughts? Are we really that mind? Or are we that which has a mind? And we can begin to train that mind to focus on what it is that brings us more joy and more peace and more happiness and more power. We have a choice. By the way, I had a water buffalo experience this morning as I woke up at 4 o'clock and my beautiful Himalayan salt lamp crystal light was off next to my bed, and that's a sign that the power's out. So that got my water buffalo wheels turning. Because then I thought, well, how am I going to shower? And I really like to take a shower every morning. I'm kind of addicted to taking a shower and washing my hair and going through that routine, and that wasn't going to happen because the power was out, and I couldn't do that. So I realized, as I lay there waking up to this reality, that I could let that go. And I did. And I got ready, and I look quite fabulous. I didn't need to take a shower, I didn't need to do my hair. And so that was one of those moments for me. I just let that go. And then I realized, then I realized that, well, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe only you can't hear me back. No?
You're all right.
So then I realized to my horror, as another water buffalo came tromping into my mind, that if the power was out at our house, that we wouldn't be able to have any coffee. Now that was just like really bad. And so I woke Michael up and I lovingly mentioned that the power was out. And he very kindly took off out to explore the countryside looking for a coffee house that was open. And he found one, thank goodness, and brought me back a big Americano. And so that water buffalo just trotted on down the street. It barely even hung with me for too long. Then I realized that I texted him, I said, you better go by the mansion, the Satya Center, to see if the electricity's on there. Because if it's not, I didn't type up my talk yet. I didn't even take the proper notes for my talk today. So he drove by and he goes, well, interestingly enough, the power is on one street below, but no, the power is not on at the Satya Center. So then I realized that no shower, no coffee, no computer, no notes, no printer. I couldn't even print something up that I already had handwritten. So I was going to be winging it this morning. How am I doing? Good. Good. All right. Do that again. I like that. Feel much better now.
If you hadn't told us, we'd have had no idea.
I know, but it's just adding to this water
It's the
buffalo
story.
story. Yes. So, when we... It's another water buffalo.
There you go. That's just cricket.
It is. So when we hold on to these scary thoughts that we have, when we start to obsess about things that really don't need our energy, or holding on to them causes us more dis-ease in our body, we realize that that kind of holding on really affects so much. It affects our peace of mind, it affects our happiness, it affects how we relate to other people. And so that's a good reason to stop, course correct. When we find ourselves in those obsessive patterns of thinking, of worry, of doubt, of confusion, to just stop and take a breath and connect. And there's a beautiful meditation, a metta meditation, that we'll do at the end today. And it says, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, and may I live with ease. And you heard the song, the Karen Drucker song is based on this metta meditation, this loving kindness meditation. So maybe when we're feeling that anxiety, we just take a moment and connect with that. May I be... Yes, that's the song. And the meditation is, may I be safe. And when we say those words and we really feel them, we realize that right now you are safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. And I believe this kind of prayer that's been said for thousands of years has an energy to it, a collective energy, because it's been said so often. So many monks, nuns, people like you and me say this kind of meditation, this prayer, this mantra, if you will. There's a lot of intention and energy that's built up around it. So we can join in that collective energy. They say that it's a synergy, that something like this creates a synergy, and that's defined as an energy that is greater than the sum of its parts. So as we participate in the metta meditation, we're joining in with a large group of souls that transcend time and space. Because it's been said so many times, for so many decades, that we can open up into that space and create a space of being fully connected. And then those thoughts, those water buffaloes, those feelings that come with those thoughts seem to dissolve. Because you've connected with something greater. You've connected with the greater aspect of who and what you truly are. You come back to yourself. You awaken to your truth. You remember who you really are in those moments. That's the gift here. With the busyness of the mind and the stillness of the mind. And the Taoist teachings really point to the significance of the paradox, the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows, and the opposites of everything in the world that we experience, this world of form. So we can take something that seems like a water buffalo, that seems like a negative, obsessive thinking, thought patterns, and we can do a course correct, and we can come back to center, and we can use that difficulty as an opportunity to break through to a deeper connection to the divine. So that's scary thoughts. And then there's that meditation, when we get pulled out by the busy chatter of the mind. You may have been in a meditation, maybe scary thoughts don't come up, but thoughts that you're going off into the past, thinking about something in the past, or thoughts that wander you off into the future, thinking about what's to come, or what do we have for lunch? Didn't have breakfast because we didn't have anything to cook with. So, mind wanders off, we bring ourselves back. We don't let those little water buffaloes take us away. We just come back. Why? Why is it important to stay present? Because it connects us to this moment. And when we're truly connected to the now moment, we get a greater sense of gratitude for life and for our experience. And this brings us in alignment. This brings us into a place where we can cultivate joy and happiness and peace. We can extend that out. And then the third one is myths. Holding on to conditioning that's limiting us and blocking our creativity. So there's many myths that we've believed. And I started studying a book that I was hoping to share with you, but I don't have my notes, so I can't. But the book it just came out this week, and it's called Happily Ever After, and 39 other myths about love. And it's written by a couple, the Blooms. And so if any of you are interested in a book about relationships, they work with couples, and they also work with organizations. So even though this book is designed for couples, it's really relevant to all of us. What are the beliefs, the myths that we believe about the way our relationship should be? Sometimes we don't even know that we have beliefs, BS, belief systems, that are sabotaging our good. Because we buy into them so readily. We're spoon-fed these various different beliefs through the course of our lifetime. And these myths can be like a water buffalo. If we hold on to them, they can do us injury. They can do us injury. So next week I'll bring some of these 39 myths about relationships. Wouldn't you love to know what they are? So I found a quote that I really loved about conditioning and belief systems and why they can be so dangerous. And has anyone heard of the nun Hildegard of Bingen? I forget what century, I'm going to say like the 14th, 13th century. She said this, what a wise woman. She said, "We cannot live in a world that is not our own, in a world that is interpreted for us by others. An interpreted world is not a home. Part of the terror is to take back our own listening, to use our own voice, to see our own light." I'm going to say it again because it's so powerful. We cannot live in a world that is not our own, in a world that is interpreted for us by others. An interpreted world is not a home. Part of the terror is to take back our own listening, to use our own voice, and to see our own light. So, when we don't create our own belief systems, when we adopt someone else's, when we allow somebody else to interpret our reality for us, because we believe in these myths and these belief systems, we're not living our own life. We're living but a shadow of who and what we really are. So I think it's very important that we explore, we do some exploration of what we truly believe, of what we truly value. And when we take some time to explore these myths and beliefs, to see if we actually believe them, like you have to work hard for your money, that you can't live happily ever after. You know, there's things that we buy into. I'm too old to do this, or I don't have enough money to do that. It's all BS. A belief system that you can choose or not. But if we don't create our own world, our own life, if we live an unexamined life, then what is that? What is that? It's funny. I was selecting a quote from the Tao, and I found one a couple of days ago, and I thought, well, this would be perfect for this water buffalo story. And when I woke up and I thought of it, I couldn't stop laughing. And this is no joke. This I didn't choose this morning. Wild winds never last completely.
Imagine that.
Wild winds. So maybe we just pay attention to what comes in and out of our life, those water buffaloes, and maybe we give them too much energy and too much power. And maybe this week you'll think about those things that seem scary or seem larger than life or seem distracting, and maybe let them go before they yank your finger off. So I'd like to close with a little loving-kindness meditation, so that we can really connect with this energy of being easy with things. This loving-kindness meditation is really designed for us to develop a greater sense of compassion for ourselves. It's a pause. It's a moment of pause and reflection on you and what it is you want and need in life. And then we take it out and we extend that to others. May all beings experience this freedom, this love, this happiness. So we call it in, we utilize our mind to call in what it is we're seeking, and then we extend that out. So this is some medicine for those of you that are wrestling with some water buffalo. So please close your eyes. Breathe. And just let go. Surrender. Surrender into this moment, to this windy moment, in this windy morning. Finding that place within you that is still, that place within you that the wind can't affect. That place within you that has never been sad or lonely. That place within you, the ineffable, the changeless, the stillness, the truth within you. And as you find that place, bow to that within yourself. And just honor and notice that within you is all that you need. And as you come home to that place of peace and stillness and love and kindness, the very heart of your being, you say in the quiet of your own inner heart temple, may I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. And just feel those words and those intentions. Everything is created twice, first in mind and then in reality. So we're training the mind to focus on what we would really love to experience. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I live and love with ease. And then we take it out into the world, and we extend it out to another. And just allow someone to come to mind. Maybe it's someone that you're in a relationship with, or maybe someone that you're having difficulties with, or maybe it's someone you respect and admire, a teacher or someone like that. And you bring this person to mind, and you extend the blessing, the loving kindness, blessing. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. And remember, we're building on this energy, this ancient energy of this blessing, this prayer, this wish, this desire that our ancestors have shared with us. And now we're extending it out even further to all beings, to all sentient beings, not only humans, but our animal companions. And I even include in sentient beings plants, the mineral world, the elements. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease. Taking a breath. Extend that blessing out in all directions, through time and space. And now bring it back into your heart, into center, and shrink it down like a precious little jewel, gem, pearl, and tuck it into your heart space. And repeat after me. May I be safe.
May I be safe.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I live with ease.
May I live with ease.
May we be safe.
May we be safe.
May we be happy.
May we be happy.
May we be healthy.
May we be healthy.
May we live with ease.
May we live with ease.
So it is.
So it is.
Couple more breaths. This is co-creation. It may feel like sitting in the seat, the YCC, but this is co-creation. We are creating something beautiful together in consciousness. Thank you for that. You have a program, I think, each of you, and in your program is a blessing of the offering. We are a tithing center here, and 10% of all that we bring in on Sundays goes out into our community to where we're spiritually fed. We also support charities and people's in needs through your donations that go out to bless. So we truly do extend this blessing in more than our prayers, but through our financial support in this community. So if you would, take your offering and hold it to your heart or however you choose, and let's say the blessing together. And joyfully I give with gratitude, for I know that as I give, I am given. I allow the abundant nature of the universe to flow through me now. I am so blessed, and so it is.